Don't give away your best content. I mean that. If your offer doesn't convert yet, if you're not already making money, publishing your whole offer is the fastest way I know to build an audience that will never pay you a cent. That's the honest version, and most people telling you to give everything away, skip it. Now here's the part they also skip. If you don't have an offer that already works, holding your best material back is the most expensive mistake I see in the business. I've built YouTube channels for over 300 companies over the last 7 years, tracked $34.5 million in results out of that content, and the channels booking 30 calls a month are giving away the entire process, not teasing it, publishing it. So over the next 15 minutes I'm going to show you where the line between free and a paid actually sits, the 6 things people are actually paying for, and the 3-question test I run on every video before it ships. By the end of this you'll know exactly what belongs in the video and what stays inside the offer. Start with the line most people drop, because you have to see why it fails before the right one means anything. The standard approach gates by death. Free content explains what a thing is, paid content explains how to do it. So you make a video called 5 ways to get more clients, and every one of the 5 is a headline with 2 sentences under it. Post consistently, improve your offer, follow up faster. Then at the end, if you want the actual steps, book a call. Here's what happens on the other side of the screen. The viewer watches 4 minutes, learn nothing they didn't already know, and closes the tab. And now you have a second problem that's worse than the first, because you just thought the person your content isn't worth watching. Next video you post, they actually scroll past, you didn't protect your offer, you destroyed your distribution. I watched this play out in something like 100 businesses now, and it always fails in the same way. The assumption underneath it is that information is scarcity. It isn't. And it hasn't been for 15 years. Everything you know how to do is already on the platform, for free, explained by someone with better lightning than you. Getting information doesn't create demand, it sends people to the channel that didn't get it. This is the first thing we rip out when we take over our channel at Maximise Media, and it usually worth more than every editing change combined. Anyway, the reason it worth so much comes down to what people actually buying, which is the next thing. Here's the line that works. Free content owns the what and the why. Paid content owns the doing. Let me make that concrete, because it sounds abstract until you apply it. The what is the process, every step in order named with the reasoning behind each one. The why is the mechanism, why the step 2 comes before the step 3, why the thing most people do instead produce worse results. All of that is free, all of it written on the screen, specific enough that the viewer could pause, screenshot it and go execute Monday morning. And I know the objection because I get it on nearly every strategy call I take. If I show them whole process, they'll do it themselves. Some of them will. Those people were never going to buy from you. They were going to find the process somewhere, and it will maybe from you, because the ones who actually try it alone and discover how long it actually takes come back, and they come back already convinced. That's the part that takes people years to believe. Nobody buys because they lack the information, they buy because they have the information and they still can't get it done. So if the process is free, what is anyone paying for? 6 things. None of them are information. 1, personalization. A framework is general by design, the situation isn't. The second, someone needs to know which of the 5 options fit their market, their price point, their team size. A video cannot help them. 2, the feedback loop. Watching a video shows you what good looks like. It doesn't tell you whether the thing you make is good. That gap is worth a lot of money, and only a person can close it. 3, accountability. Most people who know exactly what to do still don't do it. That's not an information problem, that's a structure problem. 4 is speed. You can learn this yourself over about a year, or have it running in a month. For someone whose time is worth real money, isn't a gap alone justifies the price. 5, having it done for you. Some people don't want to learn it, they want it already handled. That's a completely legitimate thing to buy, and it has nothing to do with a real thought. 6 is access to judgment. The edge cases, the call that aren't in any framework, because they come come up twice a year. Look at that list again. None of those 6 is protected by hiding your processes, which means every piece of information you get costs you rich and protects nothing. Quick context on where I'm coming from with all of this. My company is Maximise Media. We run a YouTube end-to-end for coachings, consultants, agency owners and B2B businesses. Strategy, scripts, editing, thumbnails and the funnel underneath it. The thing we're measured on is booked calls, not views, which is why I think about content this way at all. If that's relevant to you, click the first link down below in the description and book a call with me. Now the part that actually matters, which is how you apply this without having to guess every time. Every piece of content we ship, mine or clients, runs through the 3 questions first. Question 1 is, could someone execute this using only what's in the video? If the question is no, you don't make the content, you make an advertisement. Go back and add the missing step. Question 2 is, does this make the work look easy or does it make it work look clear? This one is subtle and it matters more than the other 2 combined. If your content makes the process look easy, you just make your offer harder to sell because now it looks overpriced. If your content makes it look clear and clearly involved, the offer sells itself. Same information but completely different framing. You're not hiding the difficulty, you're showing it honesty. 12 steps, each one is simple, all 12 required, every week in order. Anyone reading it understands immediately why a person would pay to have it handled. Question 3. After watching this, is the next step is obvious, and I don't mean book a call, I mean the next step is the work. If someone finishes your video knowing exactly what to do tomorrow, they trust you. People book calls with videos they can trust. They don't book a call with people they're curious about. For example, we did this for our client in wholesale real estate niche, and in just 31 days for working together, we managed to book over 15 qualified calls, which converted in over $30,000 cash collected. So everything I'm speaking about today, I actually did it in reality. There's a second order effect here that most people never reach because they never give it all enough to see it. When you publish your full process, you're not teaching, you're proving you have one. Think about what buyer is actually risking. It isn't the money, it's that you don't know what you're doing. That's the real objection under every sales call and it never gets said out loud. A video that lays out the entire system in order with reasoning kills that objection before the calls even starts. By the time they're on the phone with you, they already watched you think, they're not evaluating whether you're competent, they're evaluating whether is a fit. Those are 2 different questions and one of them closes at much higher rate. This is why getting fails twice instead of once less rich, and the few calls it does produce are the people who are curious instead of convinced. Curious people ask what it costs, convinced people ask when they can start. So that's the whole framework. Free owns the process, the reasoning and the standard. Paid owns the personalism, feedback, accountability, speed, execution and judgment. Give away the map, charge the driving. Now let me tell you what it actually takes, because I'd rather you hear it from me. Doing it properly means publishing genuinely used content every single week. That's research, scripting, recording, editing, packaging and a funnel underneath it that turns attention into calls. It's a production line, not a task. Most owners try to run it themselves between client work. It lasts about 6 weeks, then they hire an editor, find out editor isn't a strategist, and it stalls again. That cycle usually burns a year, and I'll be direct with you. If you're not making some sort of money, don't fix this yet. Go fix your offer. This is for people with something that already converts, who are simply invisible. If that's you, go on the first link down below in the description and fill the application. It's an application rather than a booking page, because we take a small number of businesses at a time to work with us. Apply, and if it's a fit, we'll talk. And if you want to see this applied rather than explained, watch the video right now on the screen. It's the same system built across 100 channels with a number attached. Watch this next and apply the link when you're ready.